Hey everybody, it's Christine. Welcome to a new month and new kits from the Scrap Room. Today I am working with the travel themed kit, which features simple stories, and I'm going to have some stitching fun on this one. So I'm using this base patterned paper page, and then I have cut out a map of the United States. I just cut this out from some other patterned paper I have. You could cut one out on an electronic cutting system. You've got all kinds of options there. Now I'm going to go around it and just use my paper piercer and poke holes in it so that I can use those to create a stitched outline. Now, let's say you don't want to stitch. You don't want to add the stitching onto your layout, but you really like how this looks. You'd like to try this idea. You could simply trace all the way around it. You could also cut out a die cut using an electronic cutting system and create an outline that way. Just you might have a solid one. There's a lot of options there, so don't be intimidated by the idea of stitching. It's something I enjoy doing, and I really wanted to do it for this layout. But if that's not your thing, work around it. If you still want to use this kind of a base, give it a try in some different ways. You could even use like a stencil and outline that way. So lots of different options for you to consider. Now, keep in mind, the Scrap Room has several different kit options. The one I am working with this month is the Flavors of the Month, which comes with 4 different page kits, enough to let you experiment, play with some new collections, and create at least 4 beautiful layouts, if not even more. And I generally have enough left over to use to make some cards and sometimes a second layout. Just kind of depends how crazy I went. It is a non-commitment kit club, so you can join and quit anytime. If you're like me, you'll get hooked and you won't want to quit. But it's a really fun club, and also as a bonus, she always has a little coffee sample in there, which is really fun. Now you can see I've added on all that stitching. I just did a simple straight up back stitch, and now I'm going to add my picture as a focal point. Now I am going to be working here, and you're going to see this kind of transform one way, and then I'm going to have to make some changes because I had a little mixed media mishap. Did I say that right? Mixed media mishap. Things kind of exploded and went a little crazy. So the original direction I was going does not end up panning out, which is a little bit frustrating, but I'm still happy with the end result. So what I am doing is I am using ephemera and stickers. These come from the embellishment kit as well as the Flavors of the Month kit. There was a lot of different little elements to work with here. So I'm going to take a collage style approach, and I am going to just fill in this United States map with a variety of icons, a variety of words, and a variety of colors, and just really go a little bit crazy, have a little bit of a snicker sneeze, but in a controlled way. I definitely had a plan and approach for it, and by keeping it all within that United States area, that definitely makes it not quite so much, just the right amount, because it all fits in like a little bit of a puzzle. This collection is a really fun one. It has some really nice primary colors, but it also has some soft muted pieces like that background paper that you see that says Travelog on it. So you've got a good mixture of things to work with, not all overwhelming patterns, definitely some solid bases in there, but also some bright pops of color for you to work with. And I think this is kind of a fairly typical travel color scheme, but it's a little bit muted, so it's not overwhelming at all. Lots of fun words in there to play with as well. You're definitely not lacking for words in this page kit, and in fact there's even patterned paper with words within it, so you've got lots of options there. And you can see that sticker sheet there. It's a 12 by 12 one, and I make a pretty big dent in it by doing this style. This is a style of creating that I love to do when I know I've got plenty of stuff to work with, and that was definitely the case with this collection. Now, this is not, you don't want to do like a collage style when you have one teeny little set of ephemera or a teeny little sticker sheet. This is definitely something you want to go for when you have plenty, because not everything's going to fit exactly. You have to kind of say, okay, yeah, that works, or no, not so much. And there are things that maybe you thought would work that wouldn't. You don't want everything to be giant. You need those little pieces to fill in, and that is something I want to focus on right here for you. So you can see I started off by adding in some really big pieces throughout the map. And then now I'm going in and filling things in with some medium pieces. And you can see I also filled in a few smaller pieces. At this point, once I've got the big pieces in, I just kind of start to fill things in from there. So you really want to start things off looking at your whole area that you're going to fill in and go for the big and get those in there, and obviously spread those out so they're not all in one area, and then just start to fill in. You want to move colors around, you want to move shapes around. You'll see as I go throughout this, I don't have all my hearts in one area. I don't have all my dots in one area or all my compasses in one area. I spread them out throughout the map shape so that I can make sure and just keep the eye moving and not have like blots of the same exact thing over and over and over. Now, I am going to pull out some enamel dots, and I'm going to do this to add in some dimension. I also pulled in some green patterned paper, and you can see that there underneath my title and underneath the picture. Underneath that is where I had the mixed media mishap, and I could show you on camera, but it's just a hot mess, and so I just left it off. But trust me, it was a total disaster, spilled everywhere, giant mess. Was able to salvage things, thank goodness. But the green pattern paper covers that up, and I actually like the way it pulls everything together. I just tore that patterned paper to add a little bit of different texture to the whole thing. And just filling in here, finally, with just some enamel dots in different colors and different sizes to pull the whole thing together and add in a little bit of dimension. There you have it. So be sure to swing by the ScrapRoom blog and website to get in on this month's kit before they are all gone, and check out the other pages in this kit, and be sure to visit us here on this channel each Saturday for more videos. We'll see you again soon.